Groundbreaking news for the terminally online. Mizkif has leaked DMs that expose him talking with an apparent Emiru stalker. Additionally, Mizkif got shit on by Sneako, which is wow. And lastly, there's also like a fake drama thing going around in regard to him as well, which I'll cover at the end. Last thing here, shameless plug, 81% of you are not subscribed, egads. If 1 in every 5 people watching this video end up subbing and are not, I'm hopeful that would turn into hitting 100,000 subs, which would be sick. So if you're watching, check the view number. If you're on a 5, hear me out. Regardless of you taking part in that or liking the video, anything like that, thank you for watching. First things first, we're starting with a live stream fails thread, which is where I first saw this, and you can see it's been removed. Top comment says that it was clickbait, inaccurate, or opinionated, etc., but luckily, I was able to get a screenshot of what this post was. Here you can see it was Mizkif leaks DMs of him talking with someone who is stalking Emiru. Now, these are quite bold claims, and luckily, I have the clip in question. It's not the exact same one from this, but it's showing the same thing. Shout out to Best Friend Kick for having the clip.
What was that? Oh, okay. Why are you leaking? I have nothing to hide. Ever. I told you. I have nothing to hide. And Schizo's messaging me shit all the time. And when I read it, like, I'll show you. Should I show you?
So I just went ahead and paused it on the leak in question, the one that people are talking about, claiming that this is Emiru's stalker. There's a photo here, but it's pretty blurry because it's just like very small. So I'll just read the text between them. The individual here says, "Have you seen this? Gross, she still pushes the black eye. She went out of her way to mention her black eye and how it was a funny story to people in public chats, way different than, oh, I ran into a wall. It's not her making up an excuse for you if she is the one bringing it up." I believe, of course, this is referencing when she got a black eye from a phone being thrown at her is what Emiru said. Mizkif claiming he was just tossing his phone onto the bed over and over. Miz responds to them saying, "Yeah, I have it all. Thank you so much, man. Seriously." They respond back with, "I have 2 PowerPoints and 2 videos coming for you, bro. Keep your chin up, man." Miz says, "I'm trying, man. I hate this so much, but you're helping so much." They respond back, and I'm going to kind of gloss this. "Yo, feel free to ignore, but just FYI, Juice unfollowed and followed Emiru on 12/4 and then unfollowed Emiru and refollowed you at some point after that. Only bringing this up because she recently undeleted old reels about you. Also, Shannon blocked you like right during or immediately after Emmy's allegation stream and then unblocked you at some point. Or you both unfollowed each other. I don't know. Just bring this up because you recently refollowed her." Interesting. They know that timeline of events quite particularly, or at least, you know, they're claiming they do. This is what the stream was claiming. This was Emiru's stalker that Mizkif was talking to and interacting with. Now, I think number one, this person is clearly a terminally online individual. Takes one to know one. But to say that they're stalking Emiru is a bit of an exaggeration of what's going on. Maybe they are meticulously looking at what is coming out or what Emiru has said, but if that were to be stalking, then I would have been stalking Pirate Software, Mr. Beast, Mizkif at this point, etc. And yeah, I mean, they have 2 PowerPoints and 2 videos ready. Does that seem a bit excessive to me? A little, unless they have a YouTube channel and they're like, you know, generating revenue off of this. But to be very frank with you guys, I don't see a ton wrong with this. I do see issues. I do see that he is talking to someone gathering information about a previous ex that he has been shown to text 40-something times without ever getting a response. He is also in an ongoing lawsuit with this individual, but that second point almost kind of helps Mizkif more than hurts him. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that Mizkif is interacting with this person that may be gathering information that is useful for Mizkif in the lawsuit. Regardless of how I view Mizkif or the lawsuit or anything like that, to be objective about it, if strangers online are going to reach out to Mizkif and send him information that Miz himself believes is going to strengthen the case, which he'll then, you know, send it to his lawyers, I don't see him as like being creepy or stalking Emiru in that sense. This is important to a lawsuit. And this is about defamation. If there have been claims that have been made by Emiru, like she had in her statements, that can be refuted or completely go against other things that she has claimed publicly, then it's going to be important for Miz to have that information. Again, not saying that that's the truth of the matter, not saying that Mizkif is correct in these beliefs, or that this person is sending him clips that are inevitably going to be useful for Miz, but the core of what he's doing here, which is, you know, getting information sent to him and gathering that for a lawsuit, I don't don't really see a problem with. As a matter of fact, Mizkif talks about this and says similar things, and also mentions that apparently in the past, in other lawsuits, he had viewers that sent him stuff that actually ended up benefiting him in the case, or at the very least, that's what he believes.
There was a DM of me where I was talking to somebody where, yeah, that person sends me just things from 4chan, and people are like, oh, you're still obsessed with Emiru, you're still obsessed with what's going on. She ruined my life. She completely lied and ruined every aspect, and every second of my life has changed because of what she said. Of course, I'm going to try to find everything I could do to prove that she's lying and it was wrong. Of course I'm going to do that. And I sift through a lot of bullshit. A lot of things I do get sent from people, whether it's from 4chan or Reddit or wherever else, it's not real. And I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is really anything. But there's a lot of things that they've sent me that completely contradict what she said, that I have timestamps and VODs and in moments that I'm like, yeah, like this is completely true. And I send it to my lawyer. What is wrong with that? I mean, there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. It's a guy who literally copy and paste things from 4chan. It's like, hey, you know, that's it. Did your viewers help you in your last court case? Yes. They actually did.
If we are going to condemn Mizkif kind of interacting with this person in that way, you'd have to condemn me too. Through a lot of the major dramas that I have covered on this channel, I have had countless people, complete strangers online, that have reached out to me through Discord, anything like that. Another shameless plug for joining the Discord if you're 18 and up. It'll be in the pinned comment. And these complete strangers have helped me countless times gather information for the videos that I've been making. And like Mrs. said, there's also been quite a number of times where it's like crazy talk, and you just kind of have to say, okay, thank you, and move on. I am very curious to hear what you guys think about this. When it comes to this specific point, I feel it would just be completely hypocritical of me to really skew that or look at it in a different perspective than the one I have as a content creator. Maybe my view is skewed a bit since, you know, the way that I make a living now is gathering information on people that I'm talking about, and I interact with people like Mizkif does that are definitely more invested into a story than even I am. But with that, we'll move on to the next thing, Sneako. Now, Sneako is someone that I rarely covered simply because they do a lot of politics talk, and that's, you know, same with Hassan, other people. But I have an opportunity to talk about Sneako here because he, like I said earlier, shit on Mizkif. If you have been following the Mizkif drama over the last couple of months, you've probably heard stories about Miz being very focused on view count and viewing every person who is below him in sub count, follower count as parasites, things like that. Well, apparently Sneako had received the same treatment from Mizkif, and just yesterday, Miz had entered his kick chat and said, hey, do you want to do like gambling together on stream? And Sneako, in my opinion, got to experience something incredibly cathartic.
Mizkif is in my chat saying, do you want to gamble with me tonight? No, Mizkif, your PR is not doing well. By the way, Mizkif, because like I'm in the middle of a yap, I'm talking about things that are important, right? About how we're gonna go to war with Iran pretty soon. Mizkif, you remember when I was on Twitch for that 1 month before I got rebanned? And you said, oh, I'm a 3K viewer, Andy, and so you didn't want to collab because you were the big guy with 20K viewers? Oh, okay. Now you're getting canceled. People are calling you all types of stuff that I don't want to repeat right now. And now you want to gamble with me on Kick, huh? How the tables turn, huh? How the tables turn, Miz. I remember that. You remember that when I went over to Twitch after 2 years on Rumble? Oh, 3K viewer Andy. I don't want to call it a 3K viewer Andy. And now that you don't... Why don't you go gamble with Pokemon? Why don't you go gamble with Pokemon and Emiru? Go tap dance with fucking Valkyrie and Cinna. What happened? All your favorite collabs you can't get anymore because they're calling you a misogynist rapist? Huh? It's okay. It's okay. Now have fun with your gambling over there. I don't do that brain rot.
I'm not the biggest fan of Sneako. There's a reason that I had to blur his chat during that clip. I don't think a lot of you guys are fans of Sneako, if I had to guess. But if you replace Sneako with any other content creator in his position, where you've got somebody who is shit-talking you for having a certain view count, and now they seem to come crawling up to you asking for a collab when it's clear they never would have given you the time of day before, it's pretty enjoyable, not only as someone in that position, but for other people to watch. I'm very lucky to not have the insecurity of my self-worth being tied to a view count or a follower or sub count. That doesn't mean I don't like seeing number go up, but it does mean that when I am covering big dramas and I get big view numbers, my ego doesn't explode and I say dumb shit about other people, because inevitably when that drama ends and I go back to much lower views in comparison, number one, I don't feel like dog shit. And number two, I don't have anybody waiting to shit on me. It is truly to mainly Mizkif's detriment that his ego gets so big that he does shit like this. Now, last thing we're talking about is that clip I was mentioning earlier that is seeming to drum up a bit of drama, but is just kind of a fake clip. Well, I'll just let it play. Really quick though, caption reads, "This girl just exposed Mizkif for being friends with her only because she looks like Emiru and she's the closest he'll get to her."
Kid started sitting next to me. He goes, "Hey, do you know Emiru?" Yeah, I do. "Oh, well, you remind me a lot of her." And I was like, "The hair?" And he went, "So I want you to be my friend." Months later, he told me the only reason I became friends with you was because you reminded me of Emiru. And this is the closest thing I'm gonna get to her.
I respect your guys' intelligence. I don't think it's crazy to see that this person seems a bit younger and that Mizkif seems quite a bit older. So for them to be in school, and she's talking about it like they were in elementary, middle school together, that's like the only way this story really makes sense. It's already not lining up, just using your head in context clues. And you can see that people are adding Mizkif. I do believe that's probably from that stream, but that's because they were talking about Emiru. But apparently, from Mizkif's own testimony here, the clip is 3 years old. Now, multiple other people are also pointing that out, but Miz also responded to it. He did get ratioed by the AI baby, which, kind of expected on a post like this. Another comment here, "This isn't about Mizkif at all. This is about a friend she met in school. Damn, you really went out here for clickbait." Also, prior to this clip, Mizkif had zero idea what she even looked like, as it was her first face reveal. Here's the full clip with context, and they provide the entire thing. Again, it's just showing that it's not true. I figured for funsies, alongside some of these drama updates that I'm giving you, if I'm finding shit that is making rounds that just seems untrue or is very misleading, I might as well cover it at the end just as like a little tidbit. Keep people better educated about the terminally online drama that you come to know and love on this channel. But that is all I've got for right now. I'm currently in talks with some potential lawyer type people to go over some updates in regard to the Mizkif lawsuit going on against Emiru, Asmongold, OTK, all that good stuff. I want to do my best to work with one of these people to make sure that I have some useful information to give you guys. I think it's pretty obvious that if I'm able to talk with a professional in the field of law, that'll make a much more informative, interesting video for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. But that's it for this one. I'll see you guys later. Adios. Peace. Bye.